in the studio at the Broadcasting House. It is actually a very chill weather here in Kisumu, and we are loving it here. And just on that topic, regarding the state of the nation address expected from the President, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, at around 2:30 in the PM. Actually, just like in other parts of the country, there are expectations from Kisumu. And just right away, I'm going to engage a few individuals here, probably to share with us what they expect the President probably to speak about, even as he gives his address of this last address of the State of the Nation. And actually, just allow me, Safin, at this point to delve right into it by starting with Gabriel here. Brother Gabriel.
Yes.
Welcome to KBC. You are actually live on the News Check Show.
Oh, thank you.
Just to start this off.
Yes.
The President is expected to address the joint sitting of the Senate and the National Assembly in what appears as his last address regarding the State of the Nation.
Yes.
What is your expectation as a resident of Kisumu?
Thank you very much, Wycliffe. My name is Gabriel Ochieng. I'm former MCA for Kondele Ward. I'm glad that you called me for this talk show. I want to say that this 8th address by the President, when he's going to address the nation, giving us what the Jubilee government has achieved, is going to be a bit challenging, more so because of the animosity between him and the deputy. But one thing we have to know that in his address, the Kenyans are going to expect what they really expected from the Jubilee government and what the President is going to leave as his legacy. First, the Kenyans want to know the zero tolerance about corruption. We don't see any big fish being caught, being taken to court, being prosecuted, and yet there are a lot of funds that have been siphoned and got lost, misappropriated also. 2, Kenyans are going to look upon the 4 big agendas that they had. You know, in their first term, they said that when they curb corruption, then they are going to achieve the big 4 agendas. That is the food security, universal health care, affordable housing, and also the third one, the fourth one, yes. So all these are not achievable. Our youths are still unemployed. They said 4 million jobs they are going to create. We are not seeing those 4 million jobs. The youth are going to ask, where are these 4 million jobs? We are expecting, when he leaves the scene, how is he going to address the issue of public borrowing that has ballooned? That is a very heavy burden to Kenyans. 2, we are also going to like to see or hear the President addressing the issues to do with national security and international borders. Remember, the ICC just declared that we have issues with Somali and Kenya borders. And this is a big issue, it's a big security threat because we know our minerals are on the offshores. So, as he's going to leave the scene, we want to know how is this going to be addressed because it is a matter of concern. The last one I can talk about is the issue of achieving the big 4 agenda that is not now going, because he alluded in the Mashuja Day that he's not seeing the possibility of achieving this. Now, this leads us to the question, as he departs from the scene of being a president, now, who is going to carry on with the big 4 agendas that he had for Kenyans? So, this brings about the issue of the successor. Then it brings the question that I truly always ask, in whose hands are we safe in? So, I expect the president to address those issues. More so, our youths are crying. Then also, we are not yet out of the woods of COVID. Remember, there's just a new variant in the offing. And I want him also to give us how he's going, the measures he's going to put to mitigate about the post-COVID recovery. This is so important because our economy has been destroyed by the COVID and many people have been laid out. Also he's going to talk about the mental health. The COVID came with so many things. The mental health has really hit Kenyans. So is there anything he's going to talk about it? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Gabriel. Safi, from the political perspective, you actually understand Mr. Gabriel telling us about the succession matrix, and again the post-COVID economic recovery. Even before that, we are talking about the new variant that is actually already in other countries, but yet to be detected in Kenya. And probably if that could manifest in the country, what measures does the government have probably to contain that? And that from political bit, actually allow me, Safin, to engage my brother Brian here, probably to share with us as a youth what does he expect from the presidential address this afternoon. Brian.
Yes.
Oh, can you tell us your name and probably what you expect the president to talk about from the perspective of a youth?
Okay, my name is Brian Martin from Kisumu County. Okay, I expect the president to talk about the COVID-19 and the economic at large. Okay, as you can see from now, the country is not really economically stable. It's the main, I don't know how to say it, but it's not economically stable, the country, yeah.
And as a youth, probably one thing that is bedeviling the country here is youth unemployment. Would you expect the president probably to speak about that and maybe give us, since he assumed power in 2013, probably to tell us the number of people that have been able to secure employment during his term, and maybe if there is any more measures probably to curb youth unemployment in the country? Do you expect him to maybe talk about that?
Okay, he might, but he won't give much consideration. Okay, what I think he might talk about as well is his successor. Yeah, his successor. I think he might talk about that, and if he talks about his successor, then the country will know. As you can see, the people running for the presidential in the 2022 general election, they all promise Kenyans something. The deputy president talking about the bottom-up economy, whereby the economy is built from the bottom. And Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga talking about the 6,000 shillings, which at point many people are not at par with it, but we'll see how they're going to do about it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Brian. And you said that you have an exams. Actually, I wish you good luck in your exams.
Okay, thank you.
Safin, actually, what manifests here is that people here in Kisumu, actually, they are politically oriented. Actually, they are expecting the president maybe to talk about the Big Four agenda that he set when he began his second term, that is in 2017, and whether those Big Four, those agenda, including affordable housing, manufacturing, job creation, universal healthcare, if at all they have been achieved, and actually if they are not been achieved, in what way does he plan probably to ensure that those agendas set are achieved, and even as he talks about succession. But Safin, from those two views, actually we are going to sample more views and give you in our subsequent bulletin, probably we'll talk about the one bulletin. But for now, allow me to hand it back to you probably to continue with the great interview in studio. Safin.
All right, thank you so much, Wycliffe Okech, for that update. Coming to us live from Kisumu County, residents of the lakeside town giving their expectations ahead of the State of the Nation address by the head of state this particular afternoon.